Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm sitting down with Neil Bromelo, the director of the LaGrange Community Orchestra. Neil, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Well, it's a pleasure to sit down with you, and as we're getting ready to look forward to the celebration of 4th of July and all the festivities that go along with that, you know, just some good old patriotic music always make that event go along so much further. And I know that you and the members of the orchestra are going to provide that for us. But before we get into talking about that, Neil, tell us a little bit about yourself, if you don't mind.
Well, I've been doing music all my life. Started out after college as a high school band director and did that for a while. And for the last 13 years, I've been the director of the LaGrange First Baptist Church Orchestra. And we started the community orchestra about 6 years ago. So I've been doing both groups for the last several years. So.
Oh man, okay, all right. And been in band most of your life, you say?
Yes, I have a master's degree in conducting.
Oh, okay, my goodness. You know, and I've gone to the LaGrange Symphony Orchestra and some others, and I noticed how they're standing there, and I know there's a madness to that method there and stuff. But I'm like, man, how do they know what to do in the musicians be able to follow them? And your master's degree is in there. Let me ask you, what's the largest group have you conducted before?
My personal groups that I've conducted, the largest group I've done has been about 100, 115.
Okay, all right, very good. And you know, music is kind of that universal language that wins everybody over, and is always exciting to me. I started out dabbled a little bit with the piano myself when I was in college, and you know, that's one of those skills they were saying, if you don't use it, you lose it.
That's right.
Absolutely. Now, and you are currently you conduct the small group over at First Baptist Church.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
Oh, it's a great group. I've been with it 13 years now. But the orchestra at First Baptist Church has been in existence for a long time. I'm not even sure how long, over 30 years I know. And it's made up of members of the church primarily. We have one or two other members of the community who come in and join us. But it's about 20 players, and we play regularly for services at the church and for the special programs like the Christmas cantatas and Easter programs and that kind of thing. And we also go out and play at other churches and other communities. We've even gone up into Tennessee and played at some churches up there. So.
Oh man, very exciting, I'm sure. You know, to be able to have the members there and to travel off like that, I'm sure that's quite exciting. Now, you guys are getting ready for the Red, White, and Blue Patriotic Friday, which is going to be July the 1st. Talk a little bit about that, if you don't mind.
The Red, White, and Blue Friday was sponsored by the Downtown Development Authority. Started 6 years ago as a part of the First Friday program that they used to do. And the first Friday in July that year was July 1st, before the 4th coming on a Monday, just like it does this year. And they asked us to put a group together to provide a patriotic concert just for that program, and we did, and it has been going ever since. So it's made up of musicians from around the community, and we play a mostly patriotic program to sort of kick off the July 4th week.
Okay, all right, well, very good. And it's going to be on that Friday. Go ahead and talk about the time and the location that's going to take place.
Well, this year we're really fortunate. We get to play in our brand new Sweetland Amphitheater here in LaGrange. In the past we've played on the square, but this year we get to play in the new amphitheater. So there's plenty of seats for folks to come. The program's at 7 o'clock on July the 1st.
Okay.
And the band program will last for about an hour, and then there'll be some other things going on after that.
Oh, okay, all right, well, very good. July the 1st at 7 o'clock in the brand new Sweetland Amphitheater. Beautiful venue there. If your viewing audience hadn't been there, they're in for a treat.
That's right.
Absolutely, beautiful place there. And you're saying that your members here or the members in the orchestra are primarily from LaGrange, and I think you also have other members that travel in.
That's correct. The bulk of the players are LaGrange residents, but we do have individuals that come and join us from Atlanta and Columbus and Newnan and Auburn and Peachtree City and other places, individuals who just enjoy playing with a group like this and give their time and come to rehearsals and play with us. But the bulk of the group is from LaGrange itself. Oh, okay.
And speaking of rehearsals now, I know to bring together people not only from LaGrange but from outside of LaGrange, I'm sure you all have to primarily put in some pretty intense rehearsals, or how does that work?
Well, for this program, thank goodness we have players who are of a very high caliber. So we do this program with only 4 rehearsals, but they're 4 2-hour rehearsals, so we only have really 8 hours of rehearsal to put this concert together. But with this caliber of musicians, that's an easy task. So we meet once a week for 4 weeks prior to the concert.
Oh, okay. Well, very good. Talk a little bit about, I know that they're from LaGrange. Talk about some of the members of your band that maybe kind of people may know from the community.
Well, most people will probably know Councilman Nick Woodson.
Okay.
Nick plays with us. We've had other members from the city. Patrick Bowie has played with us in the past, is not able to play this year. But we've had people from LaGrange College and other dignitaries. But we also have some high school students playing in the group. They're very high caliber players as well, all state level players and that kind of thing. So great people of the community and great musicians as well.
Good, good. I mean, I'm sure it's just an awesome time, awesome lot of fun for everybody to come together. And again, as I stated earlier, that music is kind of that universal language that brings and pulls everybody together. Talking about the music, let's hear a little lineup of what you all have in store for us.
Well, with it being a patriotic program, of course, there'll be some marches. We'll definitely play a couple of John Philip Sousa marches. We try to play everything. It's either a real Americana piece of music or something by an American composer. We'll do a little bit of big band style music. We'll do some Broadway music. We are going to do one piece that is going to be a musical history of the United States, starting with music from the Revolutionary War era all the way up through the War of 1812, Civil War, World Wars, to the present. In music. And then we always, of course, will close the program as our tradition is with the Stars and Stripes Forever.
Oh my, okay, so very good, great lineup there. And I understand, I think this year you have a special surprise. There's a soloist that you all have in store.
We're very fortunate this year. We have a young lady, Abby Stodgill, who is a recent high school graduate who is going to sing with us this year. We're going to do a vocal version of Over the Rainbow, which I'm sure everybody will enjoy. Abby has a great voice and everybody will enjoy hearing her, I'm sure. I'm
certainly sure. And again, it's July the 1st at 7 o'clock at the Sweetland Amphitheater. Now, I know that, in some of the events that we may have attended at the Sweetland, and we probably need to get more information from Barbara, who's going to be coming on a little bit later. But I'm just going to ask you anyway, Neil, can people bring in maybe their picnic lunch, baskets and things?
Sure, they're welcome to do that. As a matter of fact, they're going to have tables set up down on the flat area in front of the stage that you can reserve. And Barbie can tell you more about this. I believe you reserve those through the Downtown Development Authority, but I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
But there's no charge for that. But they can reserve a table and bring their food and set it up and even get a prize for the best decorated table, I believe.
Oh my, okay, so very good. Neil, if you don't mind, tell us again where it's going to be taking place and the time, if you don't mind.
Sure. It's at Sweetland Amphitheater, July the 1st, 7 o'clock.
Okay, well, very good. Now, and I know I always have to ask the question, Neil, and I understand this year you guys have already rehearsed and you don't need anybody coming in like myself messing up anything for you. But if there was someone that was watching and they want to say, you know what, I've been saying I want to be a part of the orchestra maybe next year, how can they go about doing that?
If they would like to be a part of us for next year, they could contact the Downtown Development Authority with Barbie Watts, and Barbie can put them in contact with me, and we'll be glad to talk with them about joining us for next year.
Okay, well, very good, very good. Well, Neil, it's always a pleasure to sit down with you and talk about the plans for the upcoming July the 4th parade. But before that time, we're going to have our Red, White, and Blue Patriotic Friday. It's going to be July the 1st at 7 o'clock at the Sweetland Amphitheater. So we're looking very forward to that, and the soloists especially this year coming out. So Neil, thank you very much for being on the show today, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment. Welcome back to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now I have joining me on the show the Marketing and Promotions Director from the Downtown LaGrange Development Authority, Barbie Watts. Barbie, it is always a pleasure to sit down with you.
Thank you for having me here. I always enjoy this.
Well, because you always have so much to talk about, so many great things that are going on in and around our downtown, and is attributed to you and Barbie Carmichael and all the other staff members there that make those things happen. And we just want the general public to come out and take part of those things. But Barbie, tell us a little bit about your role, if you don't mind, first of all.
Okay, well, I'm the Promotions and Marketing Director for Downtown LaGrange, and that means that I get to put on some fun events for our community, and hopefully that'll bring people downtown to enjoy the events. And while they're there, we're hoping they'll shop and dine. and check out all the cool shops and the great restaurants we have downtown.
Absolutely. You know, you alluded to my next question. I'm going to say, why is it so important that we bring people into our downtown area?
Well, a lot of people just drive through, you know, they don't want to stop, or they stop at the red lights and then get on through. But if they'll stop and park and walk and just experience the shops and the restaurants we have downtown, I think they'll be pleasantly surprised. There's so many people in our community that don't even know what we've got in our shops downtown. So it's my hope that these events will encourage them to come down and slow down a little bit and enjoy life in downtown LaGrange.
Absolutely. You know, and you're talking about slow down and get out. We have a parking deck that's just right off of the main street there they could park at.
Yes.
You know, parking over off of Bull Street. Talk just a little bit, not to put you on the spot, but talk a little bit about some of the shops that they can take and get opportunity to browse around.
Well, one of the coolest things is we have lots of these consignment antique shops downtown, and people come from other communities just to antique and go through these shops, and you can find a wealth of items in those shops: jewelry, clothing, furniture, accessories, lots of great gift items. Just kind of fun. It's like a treasure hunt to go looking at those, and we've got about 4 or 5 shops downtown that kind of fall under that category. And husbands and wives enjoy going to those kind of shops together. And then we've got a couple shops that men would enjoy. We've got the Bull Street Cigar Company, and we also have You Can Brew too on Main Street, and he sells all the supplies that you would need to brew your own wine or beer. So that's kind of a unique shop. It's fun. I'm not into that, but it's just fun to go in and see all the things that go together and come together to make those products.
Absolutely. So. You know, you walk down there, and I'm amazed when I walk downtown. I try to do it, quite frequently, because sometimes we get a new business that comes into town, and I always like to go in and introduce myself to them and just see if there's anything that we can do to help make their transition, because it's so important that we keep the downtown area vibrant and alive.
I agree.
We just had another, I think, a business that opened up not long ago in the downtown area. Hopefully people will come out. I think it moved from Bull Street over to Main Street.
Oh, yeah.
So
the Main Street Pub.
That's right.
And it's a fun place to go. It's in the space that had previously been occupied by Seasons. And it's great. She's got one side set up. You can go in and have casual dining, and then the other side is the bar and the pub side. She opens at 4 during the week. On Saturdays, though, she opens at 11. So you could go in there and have lunch on Saturday. She's got burgers and fish and chips and a fabulous dessert that I've tried.
Okay.
It's a peanut butter pie, and it's like on a chocolate crust, peanut butter, and then fudge sauce on top, and it's wonderul. So,
oh, man.
Anyway, just to go in there for that would be it's worth the trip. So,
well, like you were saying, that's I guess the experience that you can have when you go into some of these local owned shops.
Yes.
The surprise that you find when you go in there.
Well, that's the thing. All the businesses downtown are independently owned. So I mean, they're not a chain. They're not part of a chain, and the owners, they're a reflection of the owners' personalities. They're the things that they find at market that they think are going to be unique, and things that our people in our community would enjoy buying or giving as gifts, whatever. So we have wonderful shops downtown.
Absolutely.
And I just encourage people to go if you're looking for a special item for a gift. I encourage you to look locally, save your gas and your time, and shop downtown. And they're more than happy to gift wrap it for you and just make it a pleasant experience for you.
That's right. Absolutely.
And convenient.
Absolutely convenient. Now, I had Neil on just before you came on, Barbie, and we were talking about the Red, White, and Blue Patriotic Friday, and you dressed the part for us today, so thank you very much. Now, in the July the 1st at Sweetland Amphitheater, they're going to have the band of the LaGrange Orchestra that will be there. And I'd asked him the question about being able to bring in picnic basket and things like that. Can you give us more information in reference to that?
Well, this event, we've been holding the Red, White, and Blue Friday, I think, for 6 years. I think this will be my 4th year.
Okay.
Being involved with it, and we're so excited because we've moved it to Sweetland Amphitheater this year, and we're going to have the community orchestra on the stage. So this will be the first time I think we've had an orchestra play on the stage. So I'm anxious to hear how well they'll sound. A couple of times we've had a rain out at the square, and they've been in the First Baptist Church sanctuary, and they've sounded fabulous. So I can only imagine how they're going to sound at the amphitheater.
That's right.
But anyway, the event is free. The musical program starts at 7. I do have some tables that are in the pit area at the amphitheater that are, you can make a reservation. There's no charge for them, but you have to make a reservation because there's a limited amount of them. And many of them have already been reserved, so I have a few left. So people will contact me and I can put your name on my list and save a table for you. But these are the 60-inch round tables, and there'll be 6 chairs with them. And I encourage people to bring their picnic in. You can bring in your own food and beverage and bring in a patriotic centerpiece, and I will give prizes for the best decorated table. So we have a little fun with that. And then you can dine stage side and enjoy the concert while you're having your appetizers or your meal.
So. Well, very good. And they just need to contact you in reference to
reserving the table.
Do you mind giving them your information?
It's you can call me at 706-298-4534, or you can email me at barbiew@downtownlagrange.com.
Okay, well, very good. I hope the general public will come out and enjoy that. It's a free concert once again.
Wonderful free concert. It's just a way to celebrate our great country and our patriotism.
Absolutely. And then in talking about, and that's going to be in July, and I know that as we're entering into the summer months, the Downtown Development Authority, along with LaGrange College, will be sponsoring some events here at Sweetland. Talk about that.
Well, we've started, LaGrange College is our presenting sponsor, and we've named the series, I used to call it the Summer Music and Movie Series, because we always would do a music and then a movie when it got dark. And so it's the same series, but we've moved it to Sweetland, we've given it a new name, and we're expanding it because LaGrange College is sponsoring it, and so we're able to go into the fall months with it too. So it's called Sunsets at Sweetland now, so that's our new name. Because it's not just a summer event, it's going into the fall. And the summer events we're still holding on the first Fridays of the month, but as we go into September and October, I'm not sure what those dates will be yet because it's still being worked out.
That's right.
But anyway, we're just so fortunate that they're kind of underwriting those events for us. They, it's wonderful for our community to have these free events and for everybody to come out and enjoy.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we see LaGrange College is having construction going on. They're a very intricate part of our community.
In our downtown. They really are downtown.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we just thank them for all that they do here in our community, and thank you for being here.
And we just loved having that connection with them and strengthening that connection every way that we can.
Absolutely.
Because they're such an asset to our community.
That's right. And I know that here's another way that the community can come out. We're talking about the summertime, and we have growers in our community that come and showcase their produce. And I know we have the Market on the Main. Talk about that.
Yeah, that's another thing that I'm involved with. I manage the Market on Main, which is our local farmers market. So all the produce and everything you'd find there is locally grown, either in Troup County or the surrounding counties. And we've got 39 vendors.
Oh my.
And it's every Saturday morning. It's what I like to call a pop-up market. So it pops up it's there from 8 to 10 every Saturday morning. We're located in the Carmike Cinema parking lot, which is across from Loy's on Main Street. So people, you probably don't even notice that parking lot, but on Saturday mornings it's full of tents and vendors. And I've got some great new vendors this year that I'm excited to have. They're a good addition to the market. I have Danny Sims, and he does organic beef, lamb, and pork. And I also have a representative of Fitzgerald Farms, is Melinda Bailey, and she has peaches, and she already has peaches, and they're fabulous. So I'd encourage you to come on out and get those peaches. They're wonderful. I've been enjoying those for the last 2 weeks, and they're great. She'll have some more, as we get deeper into the summer, a different variety. And I have people that make fabulous breads and homemade soaps, and there's all kinds of things. And even if you're not a cook, you can come. A lot of the vendors prepare foods, and you can take them home and enjoy them for the weekend. So, so you don't have to be a chef to enjoy the market. You can come and get your weekend foods there.
And it's freshly grown.
Yes.
Kind of back to the earth. I remember growing up as a kid, my stepfather, we had about 100 acres, and I think we farmed every acre of it too. We had everything from corn, peas, the whole gamut.
And you can come back to the Market on Main and still get that experience and have that good fresh food. You don't have to grow it because they're growing it, but you can enjoy their harvest. A lot of them will get up the morning of the market, like early before the sun's up, and pick it, so it's very fresh when you buy it. So.
And tomatoes this time of year.
Yes.
And I know the tomatoes is one
I
of
have
those things.
several people that grow tomatoes. Some of them grow them in greenhouses, so they're going to be ready a little sooner than the rest of them. But tomato time is a very popular time at Market on Main. You will see people in line waiting for the market to open so they can get their tomatoes.
Oh, nothing beats a great tomato sandwich.
That's right. And now with Danny, you can get his bacon, organic bacon, and make a fabulous BLT.
There you go, absolutely.
And bread too. You can buy your bread at the market too.
Oh yeah, my goodness. Okay, get the whole thing right there. Absolutely. Well, you're talking about. You do have some events lined up, and then I know that we want to jump to the month of August. I know that you have a kind of a special event coming up in that time.
Our first Friday of August, which is part of the Sunsets at Sweetland series, we're going to be showing the Star Wars The Force Awakens movie.
Okay.
So lots of people are excited about that. There are a ton of fans, Star Wars fans, that I hope will show up and in their Star Wars t-shirts or Star Wars costumes, and we'll have some fun activities related to that. So I hope all the fans will show up for that. That'll be fun. And we'll have music at that event too. The band's to be determined. Okay. But those events always start at 7 and then they end at 11. So of course we can't show the movie till it gets dark, and in the summer that's about 9:15. Right. So encourage people to bring out their blankets and chairs and stuff, and spread out on the lawn and enjoy the movie under the stars.
Absolutely. And again, Barbie, I do want to thank you. There's so many great things going on in and around our downtown area. The downtown footprint expanded down to the Sweetland Amphitheater, all the way back down to the south parking lot from the theater there. So, we got something going on, that whole span of blocks there. Yeah. And we just want the general public, come out and take advantage of it. Barbie and the staff do a wonderful job of lining these items and things up. And Barbie, I just want to thank you for being on the show today. Definitely want to have you come back on and talk a little bit about some of those summer bands that are going to be appearing. So we look forward to that taking place over at Sweetland, right? Okay.
One other thing I want to mention, the thing, when we moved it to Sweetland, we were able to offer concessions. Okay. So the concession stands will be open, and Kimball's is running those concession stands at Sweetland. So I know at the last one we had popcorn and sodas, and just people could come and get a little bit of food. It's not a full-blown concession stand, but that's something that we're able to offer that we hadn't done in the past at the square. So.
Okay, well, very good. And you mentioned that, I know that some events are basically approved for you bring in your items.
Yes, all of these events are picnic approved. Okay. So these are all free, open to the public. We encourage people to bring their picnics and bring their blankets and enjoy Sweetland.
All right, well, very good. Barbie, thank you very much for being on the show today.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned for more City Week in just a moment.